welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am so excited for. First of all, Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2021. 2021, please be a lot better to us this year because 2020 was definitely a roller coaster to say the least. But to kick off this year, I wanted to share with you guys baby names that I love but will not be using. I am currently 24 weeks pregnant and we are having a baby girl. We have narrowed it down to basically two names that we're debating between, but I'm pretty sure we're already leaning more on one side for the name, but I'm just so torn between the two, and so is Drew. And even Jaden. Jaden likes both of them, so it's been pretty hard to figure out a name. But I have so many names I want to share with you guys. Actually not so many, but I have 6 boy names and 6 girl names, and they're all so cute. To me, I feel like they're very unique as well. I love watching these type of videos because it's a really great way to explore different names and kind of just see what's out there and what everybody else is naming their kids and just kind of get some different ideas. So I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you are also on the hunt to find a name, make sure you click that subscribe button and like this video if you found it helpful, and let's get started. So to start off this video, I'm gonna start with boy names, and the first name that I have written down is Rowan. So I'm the only one that actually likes this name. Drew didn't like this name, my mom didn't like this name. I'm pretty sure Drew's mom didn't like it either. This is a name that I found even before we found out we were having a girl. So it was during this pregnancy, not when I was pregnant with Jaden. But I feel like Rowan is such a cute name. I feel like it's something that can definitely grow with him if we were having a boy. And since Drew doesn't really like that name, that's pretty much crossed off my list. I'm not gonna argue with him about this name because it's not like a name that I am obsessed with, but I definitely love it. I think it's super cute, but we're just never gonna end up naming any of our kids that names. But I feel like Rowan is definitely a super cool name. So the next name that I actually have a little story behind this, but the name is Kai. So this is actually, I believe, a Hawaiian name. But before we even get into Kai, so Jaden's name was actually going to be Malachi, and it is a biblical name. It's after the book of Malachi, which is the last book of the Old Testament. And pretty much ever since I saw that name, I always thought it was super cool. I was like, ooh, Malachi is like such a unique name, but it was so unique that I didn't really feel like anybody would know how to actually spell like the real name Malachi. So I did Malachi, M-A-L-A-K-A-I. So I added in a K instead of doing the C-H-I. But then looking at the name Malachi, I would actually end up calling him Kai anyways for short. So I actually really love just the name Kai by itself. I don't think I would ever use this name, only because Drew's just kind of like whatever about it, and I'm kind of whatever about it now too. And now looking at Jaden, he is such a Jaden. He is not Malachi at all. Like even hearing the name Malachi is just like, I'm not really sure, like it just doesn't really fit him at all. I feel like he's such a Jaden. So that's another name that I really love. I love that Kai is like a Hawaiian name or has like that kind of like tropical vibe. I also do try to picture the names as to like what our baby would actually look like. So I felt like Kai would be really cute with like a little boy with like dark brown hair, but that's just something that's crossed off my list, so I thought I would share that with you all. The next name I absolutely love. It is ZANE. So this name is actually one of Jaden's friends when he was going to a at-home daycare. And this was before COVID, but it's one of his little friends there, and they're actually 2 brothers. I'm actually gonna mention the little brother's name as well in this video because both of their names are just so cute. They're very unique. But for that reason, I can't ever see myself naming my son, or like if we have another boy in the future, that name, only because it reminds me so much of Jaden's friend. And I mean, things can change. I could obviously like still go with that name because I really, really love this name. I think it's just so cool. It's different. It's definitely a name that like I could picture with like a grown man too. So the name can definitely grow with him. But as of right now, it's kind of just not really a name that I could see myself picturing with any of my kids. So that one's crossed off my list as well. The next name is Jase. So this one is actually a name that I found recently, even when we found out we were having a girl. But I found this name online and I was like, oh my gosh, like that is such a cool name. It sounds like Chase, but it also sounds like Jase, like short for Jason. It's a name that I've actually never heard of. Let me know if you guys have heard of this name because I haven't, but I also think that is a really cool name as well. The next name that I have is KAIDEN. So KAIDEN to me sounds exactly like Jaden. I love the name. I would never name another boy KAIDEN because they just sound way too similar. But I think it's super cool. It is a little bit more of a popular name, not so much unique, but I just wanted to throw it in here anyways because that is a name that I love as well. I am so out of breath right now. I don't even know where I was going with that point, but KAIDEN is also crossed off of my list. So the next name that I actually have 2 names. So pretty much I have like 7 boy names. But these 2 names sound very similar. So they're also both like 2 kids that I know. So one of them is the little brother to ZANE. And then the other one is another friend of mine that she named her son the other name, if that makes sense. So my other friend, her son's name is ZYAN, which I believe means heaven. And I think that's just such a cool name, very unique. And then the other name is ZYAN. So there's Zion and ZYAN. So the 2 little boys that Jaden was friends with at daycare are ZANE and ZYAN. I think those names are so cute. They're very different. I think those are perfect names if you're having twin boys as well. So once again, I don't know if I'd ever use these names just because they remind me so much of people that Jaden is friends with, and I'm just not sure if I would ever use them. So now getting into girl names. So the first name that I have is actually Golden. So I know a lot of people are gonna be like, that's kind of a weird name, but it's actually one of my friends that I used to dance with. So if you're watching this, Golden, shout out to you. Doubt you're ever gonna watch this, but I've always loved her name. I think it's so cool. It's very unique and different. I might even use this name in the future. I don't know. I just feel like it's so unique that like I can't really picture myself actually using this name, but for anybody out there, I just really wanted to share this one with you because I've always loved her name and maybe you guys will too. So that's name number 1. The next name that I have down is Piper. Piper is also a name that I really like. I don't know if Drew likes it or not, I can't remember. But I don't know if we would ever use it. We might not. But if we were, I feel like that would have been in like the debate right now between, I cannot talk. This pregnancy brain is just like really getting to me, guys, because I get so tongue twisted. I like have to keep like repeating everything I'm saying right now because I'm just not making any sense. Another reason why I don't think I would ever pick Piper though is because I can't really picture it with how I envision mine and Drew's baby to like turn out looking, you know? Like I picture our baby to have like curly hair. I want to grow her hair out long and stuff like that. I don't know if Piper would really fit. Like when I think of Piper, I think of like a little blondie girl. So that's just how I think. I try to match the name to how I picture the baby turning out. So yeah. The next name that I have is Amelia. So Amelia, I feel like is such a classic name. It is a little bit more common. I just feel like it's so beautiful. I just don't really ever see myself naming any of my kids that, but I love the name Amelia. Who knows, maybe that could be a good middle name. That could definitely be a middle name because we are still trying to figure out like what is the middle name gonna be. So kind of like Amelia. The next name that I have is ZYA. So this name, some of you guys may know her. This name reminds me of Raven Elise's daughter. She's super cute. She has like little curly hair and stuff. ZYA is just a really cool name. I don't really think we're ever gonna use this name because I did mention it to Drew while we're trying to figure out our baby girl's name, and I don't really think he liked it that much. So I'm never gonna try to like argue with him about a name. I want us to both like agree on the name. So that's a name that I really like, but I just don't really see ourselves ever using. The next name I have down is Harper. Harper is such a beautiful name, guys. This is also a name that I can see myself not using as a first name, but I probably would use it as a middle name. I don't know anybody with the name Harper. I just personally don't really ever see myself using it other than a middle name. But who knows? Things can always change. I am gonna throw in another name because this is a name that we are kind of debating on for a middle name. I don't know if I want to share it with you guys, but I'm going to anyways. The name is Aurora. So Aurora is actually Drew's Nana's name, and I've always loved the name. I knew a girl like way back when. Her name was Aurora, and I always thought it was such a beautiful name. I just don't see us ever using it as a first name, but I could definitely see us using it as a middle name. That is in the discussion right now for middle names. We have a bunch of middle names, but we're still just trying to figure out like what is the first name gonna be and then what middle name goes best with it. So Aurora is definitely a beautiful name, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And then the last name is EVERLEIGH. So EVERLEIGh also reminds me of another YouTube family here, the LeBrant fam. I'm sure a lot of you guys know of them. She's super cute. I love the way she dances. But I feel like EVERLEIGH is such a unique name. Maybe it's a little bit more common now, but I feel like to me, like I don't know anybody with the name EVERLEIGH. I just don't know if I would ever name any of my kids that. Who knows? We'll see. EVERLEIGH I think is just so beautiful though. I did mention this name to Drew and I don't really think he liked it either. So that's why like whenever he's just kind of like, meh on the name, like I kind of just like get over it. But who knows? I might actually use that name in the future if we end up having another baby and it turns out to be a girl. We might actually use that name. So I'm not sure, but these are the names as of right now that we are not using. So I just wanted to share those with you guys. That pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope you found it helpful if you are on the hunt to find the perfect name for your little one. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel if you're not already. I'm almost at 50,000 subscribers. I'm so close and I really want to make it before little baby gets here. She gets here in April, so please go ahead and subscribe. Also, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.